Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. It is Thursday 25th of January 2024, almost 10:30 in the PM. We got an ED reading of Billy Mitchell today. Now, he's not really a lolcow, at least I don't think. He's more or less a cheater on the video game circuit, mostly the arcades. He basically cheated, and when they took his high score down, he basically took him to court, and it was basically ping-ponging across. It is really long-winded and confusing. So we're going to read this, and long story short, he actually won the court case in the end, which was a couple of weeks ago, so they had to put his high score back on the scoreboard. So yeah, he's always a bit of a cheater. So Billy Mitchell, William James Mitchell, aka Llewellyn's tallest midget. To be fair, he has got like a midget looking face, doesn't he? He's such an ugly looking man as well, and he's just fucking strange looking. Garrett Bobby Ferguson, giant beard face and silly Bitchell, is a 58-year-old gamer. Really? He's 58? And he's like acting like a kid when he's cheating and taking people to court? Get a life, you fucking old boomer. 58-year-old gamer and a cheater who is most well known for looking like a washed up Kenny Loggins on meth, and for having a forehead that is almost as big as wherever the hell that is. Once upon a time, Billy claimed to have some high scores on some video games made during the Civil War. Now, I think it's like Pac-Man and the original Donkey Kong on the arcade. And crowned himself the King of Kong. Yeah, it was Donkey Kong, wasn't it? Complete with making a plague for himself, or a plaque for himself. To be fair, he's probably a plague in himself anyway. Plaque for himself, claiming that it was from Namco. Is Namco still going? I know that there's, well, I don't think there is anymore, but there was a Namco arcade centre in London. I don't think it's there anymore. I can't find it. I couldn't find it last time I was there. And used this to gain clout and fame, until some dorks analysed the footage and proved conceivably he cheated, much like his friend and suspected gay lover Todd Rogers. Well, with a name like that, it probably is gay. Yeah, he had his high scores for Donkey Kong, Pac-Man and Cluster's Revenge wiped off the scoreboards, and probably about 3 people cared. Now, the amount of fame he gets from this is about the amount of fame you get from inventing a hilarious new meme. And people cheat all the time. That's kind of true. So why should you or your friends at Encyclopedia Dramatica care? Why are we even wasting our time, but wasting the bandwidth talking about a scruffy Afghan hound who plays video games for a living? Because rather than say lol on the internet, Billy decided to also go the lolcow high score and launch a lol suit against Trend Galaxy's arcade, the group that called him a cheater. And that's why, I mean, to be fair, he should have left it all alone, but he had to fucking go out of his way to take people to court over a fucking video game. He then launched a lol suit against YouTuber Carl Jobs for calling him a con man in one of his videos about Todd Rogers. He sued the regular show for Garrett Bobby Ferguson, and sued Jobs again when he started spewing out another video about him for the lols. He sued David Race, the actual Pac-Man world record holder, for farting in an elevator. This guy is fucking nuts. He's like suing everyone. It's like fucking ridiculous. How much money does he need? This fella basically bothered himself to the point that the whole fucking planet only knows him for the guy that sues people for the equivalent of a grade school playground argument. That's the thing. It's like, this is what people are. It's like kids arguing in the playground over little video games that he cheated on. He ensured himself a place in our Rose Gallery for all eternity, or until the next country takes our site down, whichever comes first. In early 2024, he settled his Twin Galaxy settlement, much likely the much larger Vietnam War. Both sides decided it was too expensive, walked away and declared victory. Twin Galaxies didn't restore records to their leaderboards or even unban him, but they did create a historic records section that hosts his old records. Okay, so they didn't reinstate him, they just put it in the old section. Which is like if the Olympics had a historical mid-list that had Lance Armstrong and Marlon Jones on it. Pretty much the lolsiest thing to come of this was Billy gloating that he had won the lawsuit and his records were reinstated on Twitter, only to be fact-checked by the community and then deleted a tweet, and Carl Jobs Billy lost the lawsuit video, which desperately tries to spin this as a loss between puffs of copium. 99% of civil suits end in settlements. Nobody should be surprised. And you can see more about the fact checking in this picture on the side, which we won't read because I want to get this over with. Billy appears on the regular show, and there's a video about Billy Mitchell. Other videos, that's right, being the cheat video right there. See also Todd Rogers, Billy's buddy and partner in crime. William Atchison, someone who got a slightly higher score than Billy. Streisand effect. This happens when you try to use the legal system as a club to win I am better at video games than you argument. Billy Mitchell is part of a series on Web 1.0. Billy Mitchell was part of a series on gaming and a part of a series on trolls. Billy Mitchell was part of a series on high score. And this was article of Linnell on the 18th and 19th of January. That was when he actually won the lawsuit. Well, possibly won. They said it's settled like both sides because it was too expensive. Last updated on the 20th, about 5 days ago. So yeah, that was basically it. A nice short one today, which is good because my throat is still not better. It's still a bit crappy. I'm not coughing as much, so that is good. But it's just the weather, innit? It's winter. It's a time of year for colds in it. Trust me, Mum's a lot worse than me, and that's pretty sucky because she's coughing a lot worse. So luckily she's taking cough sweets and drinking a lot of water, which is good when you got a cold, because it like when you cough your throat dries out, doesn't it? So you need to lubricate that. Anyway, that has been it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and up on the side is the information if you want to help support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.